History's wildest moments. Canada wrestles an octopus and Brazil declares war on itself. History. It's full of kings, wars, revolutions, and one guy getting fined for attaching 45 helium balloons to a lawn chair and floating into restricted airspace. Yup, that happened. And today, we're diving into the weirdest, wildest, and most moments from fun. Countries that brought their game to the history books. Canada, Brazil, France, China, and the USA. Buckle up. This isn't your high school history class, this is the world's weirdest history tour. Canada, known for maple syrup, politeness, and casually surviving minus 40-degree winters. But in 1967, something deeply Canadian and deeply weird happened. The Great Canadian Beaver Uprising. Okay, uprising might be a bit strong, but in 1967, Ottawa's parliament buildings were under siege by beavers. These fuzzy engineers dammed up storm drains, chewed through trees near government buildings, and created minor flooding. The Mounties had to be called in. Imagine being trained to catch fugitives and you get deployed to beaver control. But wait, we can't talk about Canadian weirdness without mentioning Ken Carter, the Mad Canadian. This daredevil wanted to jump a rocket-powered Lincoln Continental over the St. Lawrence River. It was 1976. Evel Knievel was a spirit animal. The stunt cost over $1 million, had 100,000 people watching, and he backed out at the last second. He tried again 5 years later, crashed, and miraculously survived. Canada's answer to Evel Knievel, with just a bit more insurance paperwork. Brazil, the Empire Strikes. Itself next stop, Brazil. Tropical paradise, soccer legends, and the shortest war in history, where a country declared war on itself. In 1932, São Paulo revolted against the Brazilian federal government. They called it the Constitutionalist Revolution. But here's the kicker. Brazil's army fought. Brazil's own state. It was a civil war with national branding. Imagine if California decided to take on the U.S. Army because they didn't like the Constitution update. Honestly, feels plausible. But Brazil also gave us the legendary Emperor Dom Pedro II, who ruled for 58 years, loved photography, spoke 14 languages, and was obsessed with penguins. He had a pet penguin from Antarctica. Took it everywhere. Named it ... Monsieur Penguin. Not a joke. Brazil, where revolutions are internal, and whirly rolls with flightless birds. France, guillotines, baguettes and balloon battles. France, cradle of fine wine, revolution, and high-fashion guillotines. But one of the weirdest moments. Let's go back to 1804. Napoleon has just crowned himself emperor. Power move, but a few years later, France fought a war over a dead nose? Yes, a nose. When Napoleon's statue was erected, critics said the nose was too small. So, it was replaced with a bigger nose. French intellectuals argued for months over this. Philosophers debated the psychology of lenses. This was known as the nasal affair, but the French also gave us the Battle of the Balloons in 1870. During the Franco-Prussian War, Paris was under siege, and they used hot air balloons to send messages and even SPY. One balloon got blown off course and landed in Norway, totally unintentional, but the pilot was given a hero's welcome and free fish for life. France, where your Uber might be a dirigible and baguettes come with side orders of philosophy. China, duck armies and explosive inventions. Over 5,000 years of continuous civilization, the birthplace of paper, gunpowder, and military ducks. Yet, in 517 BCE, Chinese general Sun Tzu, the art of war guy, proposed using ducks to infiltrate enemy territory. These ducks were trained to swim with messages, sneak into water channels, and occasionally set things on fire. Duck saboteurs. But that's not all. In the 1800s, a Chinese fireworks factory accidentally set off a chain reaction that launched over 1 million fireworks into the sky in 10 seconds. Locals thought the apocalypse was starting. The event became known as the Sky Dragon Incident. thousands gathered to watch it again a year later. On purpose, because humans are like. That was terrifying. Let's do it again, USA. The launch air pilot and the UFO war finally, the USA Land of Liberty, reality TV, and Larry Walters, the launch air pilot. In 1982, Larry strapped 45 weather balloons to a lawn chair, packed sandwiches and a BB gun, and launched into the skies of California. He reached 16,000 feet. That's airline cruising altitude. He accidentally drifted into LAX airspace, causing panic in the control tower. Eventually, he shot a few balloons and floated back down, gently crashing into power lines. Larry was fined and later became a folk hero. Moral of the story: never doubt a man with a chair and a dream. But even wilder, in 1942, Los Angeles believed it was under attack by UFOs. A mysterious object appeared over the city. Anti-aircraft guns fired 1,400 shells. Sirens wailed, panic spread, but there were no enemy planes. Later, it was explained away as a weather balloon. Of course it was. Classic. The incident is now known as the Battle of Los Angeles, and it lives on as a movie, a conspiracy theory, and probably a History Channel special narrated by a guy with wild hair. So there you have it. From beaver sieges to duck commandos, balloon duels to lawn chair astronauts. History isn't just about battles and treaties. Sometimes it's about penguins, nose wars, and a guy named Larry. Let me know which country you think takes the crown for wackiest historical moment. And if you've got a weird story from your country's history, drop it in the comments. I'm building a global archive of chaos. Subscribe for more WTF history. Until next time, stay curious, stay weird, and remember, in history, the truth is often stranger than fiction.
Hit that subscribe button for more weird, wild, and wacky history, because who knows what crazy things happened on your birthday.